the end of the day, it's to travel towards it. If you find a way to be happy during the whole process, it doesn't matter if you achieve the goal at the end of your life. Just going towards that goal is satisfaction in itself. My name is Efik Santhu. I'm a Cypriot born and raised in Australia. I came back to Cyprus when I was 9.5 years old with my 2 younger brothers. We ended up being 5 siblings altogether. I come from a big family. I'm extremely proud of my Cypriot heritage, but I'm extremely grateful for having been raised for some years in Australia too, because I think it made a beautiful combination of 2 very different cultures and situations. And my whole life I have been trying to bring the 2 together. I have been trying to introduce Cypriots to the Australian type of mentality, and I have been trying to coordinate all my foreign friends with how some of the Cypriot stuff is really good, and we could be working towards more productive and more beautiful lives if we take a step back as well and try to enjoy the moment too, and not just work. So yeah, I'm a political scientist. I enjoyed my student years very much, but I was also working at the same time. I ended up doing an MBA because it's very difficult to get a job as a political scientist. Although after I got the MBA, I entered politics full-time. So yeah, it was interesting how you put your feet on 2 different mountains. I worked for 14 years as a parliamentary assistant with the Cyprus Green Party. I was also a member of the political committee of the Cyprus Green Party. I ended up being deputy president at some point. And then slowly things were collapsing and I removed myself from the party. I am now a member of the political council of Volt, which is a new political party set up in Europe. My focus has always been on environmental protection, on civil rights, on human rights, on equality, irrespective of gender, your nation, your capabilities, just pure access to all. And I think that goes back to my Australian origin, where I actually lived in a society where everybody was judged on their own person. We were a very multicultural society. All of us had different backgrounds, spoke different languages back in our house, but in the school system, we were all equal and we had the equal opportunity. Dreams are something that may be unattainable, but make me have a nice beauty sleep. I can envision myself in some position. I can work out scenarios that I will never do in real life, for the simple reason that we only have one lifespan. But the goal is something very different. I set goals so that I can set my path towards the goal. And it doesn't really matter if I end my life without actually achieving the final destination. It's about the course towards going there. But if you don't set a goal, if you don't know what you would like your end destination to be, you can't set a path. And then you're just drifting. You're just like driftwood on the sea. And that is something that is not appealing to me. I have met people that prefer to take their life in that way. They prefer every day to be something totally new. But I find that usually there is some sort of disappointment at some point, because as human beings, as a society, we are goal-oriented. We are towards achieving something, even if the something is something that somebody else will not appreciate. Your goal might be that I want to have a perfect family, I want to have the perfect life, I want to have simple things. That is a goal. That is attainable or not attainable depending where you are and when you live, but that is something that will make you feel personal satisfaction. It's okay. Your goal doesn't have to be that you want to be president of the United States. It can be smaller things. But without a goal, you have no drive. You have no path towards that. That's what I'm talking about drifting. I believe that all human beings, we are not only people that are, we're born and raised towards a goal and we have a specific educational background, or we have the capacity, our brain capacity, or our psyche or whatever. I believe that we also have a soul. So for people that are only maintaining their body, like, they're eating enough food, and they're maintaining their brain, like they're getting enough information from books, from social media, from mass media or whatever, that is not enough. You need to be doing something for your soul as well. So you need to find the art form that helps you achieve something different, to create something. It might be photography, it might be music, it might be writing, it might be poetry, it might be cinema. But you have to find the art form that fills you. If you don't feel that part of your life, then you will be missing something and you won't know what it is. So people should give themselves a chance, try out different art forms, register into some sort of class, try to be involved in an NGO that offers different types of exposure towards art, and I think that people will be very surprised when they will discover that they have an aptitude, they have a love for an art form that they never considered before. I enjoy dancing, I enjoy cinema, but music, playing and singing is the best way for me to express myself, to get rid of anxiety, to turn into somebody else for those few minutes or hours, depending on what we're talking about. And it's also a great way to spend your time when you're stuck in traffic. My personal dream is to manage to do all the extra things that I'm doing right now and still manage to grow old and have a loving family and see my husband and my son achieving their goals, seeing my siblings, seeing our family. I think that this is the essence of our being. We are here to give the torch to the next generations, and that for me is very important for my family, for my extended family, for my friends, to be able to give the little bit that I will do to be given to the next person and the next person. If I manage that my life, my work will affect more people, I will be extremely grateful. But I will be more than happy if I manage to be the positive influence for this group of people that I just discussed. I know that many people think that they have to decide between stability and success or what their passion is, but I find that this is combined more often than not. I think that people need to know what their passions are, they need to discover, they need to be adventurous about it, and they will find a way to make it also into their own career and making it into something that can be helping them in their goal setting towards, further down the line. I don't think that people that only decide to settle on a specific job and don't continue their goals, at least at a private level, at least at a non-for-profit level, that they are happy. Like, you can have, allow me to say, you can have a boring job if that is the job that is going to allow you to continue your passions in your personal time. I mean, why is it a problem if somebody is an accountant and feels that their job is boring and has no goal, if that person, because they have that stable job, can actually take 2 or 3 weeks out of their life to do their passion? They can do their afternoon, they can do their week, because they have a set a timetable with their job. It's not a job that takes more than the 7.5 hours that is necessary within the week. I find that those kind of jobs are perfect for the right kind of person. Not everybody likes to have this hybrid kind of style where you're constantly hyped up with all the things that need to be done in a specific time frame. I could have had a steady job that was many hours of work, though, that would not allow me to have the extracurricular activities that I love. I chose not to. I chose a more, allow me the word, boring job that allowed me to also have like a flexible time frame, which helped me with promoting my political passion and helped me with my environmental passion. Right now, it's the reason that I chose to build my own company, so that I can make sure that I use my time wisely and doing the most opportune thing at the right time in the right place. It's working out. It could have not worked out. If it didn't work out, great. I'd go back to getting a boring job so I can do something in the evening. Like a divorce. I think that many people will try to tell me during my pathway, because you're young and you're full of dreams and you want to do a lot of things, and you find older people on your path and they say, take your stride, because you will find obstacles, you will find things that will block your pathway, and you're like, no, I don't have time for this, and you just move on. At some point there will be such a huge obstacle where you have to decide if you have to change, you have to go back and take another route. And this is very difficult, because you feel, but I have invested so much time, I have invested so much of my well-being, I have sacrificed so many things to reach this point. Is there no other way? And you try to find a way around the obstacle. But at some point, if it's something that cannot be outrun or overturned, you have to take a crucial decision and say, yes, I will go back and start again. Because otherwise you will lose the rest of your life. You will lose the rest of your time. When I was reading the MBA, the economists call this sunk investment. And the way that they describe it is that there is a phenomenon where people have sunk so much of their personal finances into a specific investment that they cannot fathom the idea that they have lost that money, and they keep putting more money into it and more money into it. But it's a sunk investment. It's something that is dead in the water, and you're not going to get your money back, whatever you do. You're just putting more money into a hole, and you're just losing it. So that had helped me at some point. When you realize that this is what it is, you can't fix it, you can't save it, forget it. Just say that I learned something out of this process, and go and start another path. It's better than to waste more time, more energy, more capital, if you're talking about capital not only in the financial kind of way. Mm-hmm. And it's tough. It's like a divorce. Mm-hmm. Nobody starts a marriage and wants a divorce at the end. There's too much pain, and there are too many things that are left inconclusive, no matter how brilliantly and smoothly everything goes. So goals that were not achieved and had to be abandoned, or pathways towards goals that had to be abandoned, feel like a divorce. I think that it's a very public experience. I spent 23 years with the Cyprus Green Party, and I invested my heart and soul in it. And at some point, I realized that things were going bad, and I invested more. I spent so much time trying to safeguard, trying to protect, trying to keep it together. And at some point I realized that it was a sunk investment. There was nothing that could be done more. People were leaving, people that were very dear to my heart, people that we were working together, we were allies towards this greening project, towards bringing good politics and healthy, healthy policies internally, as well as trying to implement them at the political level here in Cyprus. And at some point, the team wasn't there anymore. There were a bunch of people that individually may have been okay people, but as a team could not work towards these goals. There were so many other things happening at the same time. So it took me 2 to 3 years to realize this, wasting investment, sunk investment, and at some point I said, enough. I can't do this anymore. It's not me, and I had to change. So I resigned from the Green Party, and this was considered to be detrimental to my political career. I don't see it like that. I think that I gave myself the chance to reevaluate readjust the pathway, and the goals are still there. And now I'm in a new political party where I feel I have less resistance because of the camaraderie that we all have. And I'm realizing, why did I waste 23 years? Why did I waste so much time in a party where I had to fight for every small little thing, for every small little change, when I could have been in a group of people where internally we're there, where we've already established these goals and this level of attainment, and now it's about influencing the outside world. It was so refreshing and, I don't know, kind of disturbing when you realize how much of a suck investment you had before. So, you have to be true to yourself and, get out of a situation that is very bad for you. Which is why a divorce is painful, but if the situation is really bad, it's better to get a divorce rather than, maintain a family, maintain a relationship just because you don't want the alternative. Doesn't make sense. Oh no. I think that all goals can be achieved, and if you can't achieve it now, it's because you need to reinvent yourself or you need to re-educate yourself. I believe that everybody can attain, and all you need to do is watch Paralympics. There's so many people that are achieving goals that nobody would have fathomed that they could achieve. If somebody that was born with a disability, or if you agree with me, may have had a problem that arose further in life, and it's a bit more difficult to deal with it when it's later in life. And they managed to find a way to make everything okay, to make their life achievable with their goals, and they have re-established what they consider to be a perfect life for them. That's how it works. There is nobody that can say, oh, I have less of a life because of this or that. Either because something that happened to them, physically or mentally, something that happened to their family, had something or whatever. You just need time to readjust, to heal your wounds, and you find a way to achieve your goals. And if you don't have the capacity to do it now, reinvent yourself, educate yourself. Find people that are achieving the goal and see what they're doing better than what you are doing now. And anyway, like I said, at the end of the day, it's the travel towards it. If you find a way to be happy during the whole process, it doesn't matter if you achieve the goal at the end of your life. Just going towards that goal is satisfaction in itself. My younger self was much more impulsive than I was, but I would not tell her not to be impulsive. I think that it's a part of me. I needed to be as impulsive when I was young. I got a lot of experiences, good and bad, that helped me to be who I am today. I think that the things that I regret from my younger self is the opportunities that I didn't take. If you jump and you fall into the water instead of going to the other shore, you can just swim out, and next time you will take a bigger leap. If you never jump, if you just stuck there and you never even tried, it haunts you. So to my younger self, I would say, be more adventurous, be more open towards new experiences. I'm not talking about unsafe things. There is a limit to, where adventurous borderlines on taking the necessary safety precautions. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about allowing yourself to try something new. Bungee jumping is something that most people have never tried in their life, but the exhilaration of that experience is something that I think that everybody should have at least once in their life. So that's the kind of experiences I'm talking about. Allow yourself to experience. Allow yourself the possibility of being hurt. Allow yourself the possibility of connecting to another human being. Even if it doesn't work out, you will have learned something from it, and hopefully become a better person. So to all young people, before you settle down, before you get married, have kids, have loans, and start the whole part of your life, which is much more fixed than what it is now, grab your opportunity, travel, utilize the European travel There's this travel card that is allowing young people to travel all over Europe. Allow yourself backpacking, go to campings, use hostels, use anything that you can. Create a network of people through your organizations and exchange, people's couches. It's incredible how much of a better person you can be and how more prepared you are for a job opportunity, or you might discover your second half through this process. So open yourself up to experiences. You won't regret it. You'll learn something from it, whether it was a good experience or not.